Hello everybody, my name is Hayden115, and today I wanted to discuss the new PS5 Pro versus the normal PS5. Now I know this isn't my usual content, but I would like to discuss this topic and would like to know other people's opinions on the PS5 Pro. Before this video starts, I'd like to say that, it's been some time since I last uploaded, but I promise I'll try to be more consistent for you guys. I enjoy making content. I've just been super busy with work as of recent, and hopefully I'll upload more as of now. Now, I'm sure everyone has seen it, but the announcement of the PS5 Pro was very lackluster, and it seemed like a joke to very many people. Now, I sat there and carefully analyzed the video, and I'd like to take some time today and sit here and actually tell you the pros and cons of the PS5 Pro versus the actual normal PS5. Now, let's begin. Here's one of the pros: the graphics upgrade. Now, the PS5 Pro is without a doubt substantially faster than the normal PS5. The main focus of the Sony presentation was to show that this console's graphic processing is substantially higher than the base PS5. Sony has stated that they have doubled the number of compute units from 36% to 67% and increased the RAM percentage by nearly 28%. Now, with this being said, this in PC cards is equivalent from going from a RX 5700 XT, which is a 5-year-old card, to something more modern like an RX 7700 XT. Sony has stated that increasing the compute units, increasing the RAM speed, will lead to a near 45% increase in the performance of the console. Now, this is a massive jump for console gaming. Sony has stated that they will be able to double or even triple the ray tracing capabilities, while the normal PS5 is running on an RDNA 2 platform, which is great for ray tracing, but it's not able to capture super high frame rates with ray tracing enabled. Sony has stated that AMD is actually developing a new architecture for the PS5 Pro, which could possibly be RDNA 4, which is double the amount of power being brought to the new console. Sony has said the frame rates would be a targeted 60 FPS on the quality setting with the ray tracing enabled, compared to the normal PS5 having 30 FPS locked. Now, in my opinion, the new consoles having the ability to run at a 120 FPS mode is amazing for high-performance competitive games. But the old PS5, it's unable to keep up with these newer titles. Like, for instance, the game trying to run the Black Ops 6 open beta, it was dipping below the 120 FPS mark substantially into the 90s or even 100s. Hopefully the PS5 Pro will allow these frame rates to be more consistent, smoother, and higher detailed gameplay experience. Another thing the PS5 Pro needs to do, in my opinion, is allow an uncapped FPS, or at least a higher refresh rate, to enable the PS5 Pro to be able to use it to its maximum capacity. With Sony stating that the PS5 Pro is nearly 50% more powerful than the normal PS5, this should be more than possible at lower resolutions like 1080p or 1440p with new super resolution that PlayStation is developing. Sony has stated that they're introducing PlayStation Super Resolution, which is a AI-based upscaling technique which is similar to FSR 3.0 and DLSS 3, which have frame generation, which enables high frame rates with the cost of some latency. If PlayStation's new upscaling techniques can deliver higher quality without costing your frame rates to lower by a substantial amount, I can assume that 120 FPS modes for some exclusive PlayStation titles can be achieved. Sony has upgraded the graphics processing, but hasn't touched on the fact that the CPU and SSD are nearly the same as the normal PS5. Now, I'm not saying that this is a necessary upgrade, but it's going to need to be factored in somewhere on the price of this console. Now, the CPU and the SSD are still very good components with, high speeds, but this could have definitely been upgraded considering the price point. Which brings us to our next topic: the price and effort. PlayStation had made this 10-minute presentation for the PS5 Pro, where they made nearly a 1-hour presentation for the original PS5. The presentation for the PS5 Pro, they showed gameplay from games that launched when the PS5 came out. They showcased The Last of Us 2, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and games like that. when really they should have been showcasing games that are coming to the PS5 Pro that could give actual comparisons to newer titles. And the comparisons between the normal PS5 and the PS5 Pro, they showed the level of detail that is going to vary between the new and the old. They showed things like higher resolutions for backgrounds and higher details for far objects, which are things that aren't even a clear-cut reason to buy this console. Now, the big thing that everyone is talking about is the price. The price of this console being a whopping $700 with no disc drive, to me, is insane. This is a new gaming console that is purely digital. Things like this are just going to kill gaming stores, like GameStop, which sell a majority of disc copies of games. Now, to me, the console being this price is insane. And the only thing that's actually better between this and the normal PS5 is the graphics processing. There is inflation in this world, but my paychecks aren't inflating, so I'm going to need a disc drive with this console for me to spend the money on it. And I'm not buying an $80 disc drive to add onto this console, which would nearly make this console with a disc drive, and having to purchase a stand for it. Yes, the stand is not included. I'm sure as hell not spending $30 on a stand for a PlayStation that is, in total, with the stand, the PlayStation, and the disc drive, going to be around $810 just to have what you had on a base PS5. Not including the tax and the $10 to $18 a month you have to be spending on PS Plus. Now, the price of all this is insane. Where you can build a computer for the same price that is nearly the same performance and has even more features than the PS5. You can have a desktop computer that could be used for things other than gaming. I need to calm down. Hold on. Okay. In summary, the PS5 Pro is a better console than the normal PS5. But I think for the time being, building a gaming computer is a way better solution for gaming in general. The PS5 Pro is an overpriced gaming machine that I think is a hunk of junk. Where you can go get a normal PS5 for around $300 from a pawn shop. Pawn shops in my area have these things for $300 with a controller and a disc drive and a stand. Can you believe that? Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.